Is Brook pointless, and what do you think of him? This question was asked in the One Piece subreddit, and I think it's a very intriguing question because Brook has always been a character that never really had a clear purpose in the Straw Hats. Every other member of Luffy's crew has some sort of clear defined purpose. For example, Sanji cooks all the meals and Nami navigates the ship, but Brook's official role in the crew is as the Straw Hats musician, and music at first glance doesn't really seem like something that is integral to a pirate crew, or at least not as much as, say, the cook or the navigator. But the thing is, dismissing Brook as just a musician is simply misunderstanding the point of his character. Brook, just like every other member of the Straw Hats, is an integral part of the crew that offers a lot of unique abilities and insights that make him absolutely indispensable to Luffy's journey to finding the One Piece, at least in my opinion. The first obvious reason as to why Brook is important is, of course, his unique abilities that come from his devil fruit that gives him a massive advantage in battle. Brook, being a skeleton, is of course immune to a lot of physical attacks, and even if he is hit by them, he can connect his bones back together with his soul, which essentially makes him partially immortal as long as his bones aren't crushed. He is also able to exert his own soul power onto others, which allows him to manipulate weaker souls like, for example, Big Mom's homies. He can also astral project his soul out of his body, which allows him to go through walls, which is really good for things like stealth missions. Outside of combat, Brook is also really light and agile, which makes him fast enough to be able to run over water without succumbing to the devil fruit weakness of the sea. The second reason is that Brook, being a very old individual, embodies a connection to the history of the pirate era. As a survivor from the era of the Pirate King Goldie Roger, Brook carries with him the memories and experiences of a time when the world was completely different. His promise to Laboon, for example, is a testament to the enduring power of friendship and dreams, which is a central theme of One Piece as a whole. This promise is very similar to Luffy's own commitment to his crew and his own dreams. Brook's existence essentially serves as a living bridge between the past and the present, and a reminder of the enduring nature of dreams and the sacrifices that were made along the way. Music itself is also not something that should be taken at face value. Brook's role as a musician is not just for entertainment, as his songs and melodies are the very heart and soul of the Straw Hat crew. Music, as Luffy and Roger understands it, is not a luxury but actually a necessity for a pirate crew. Music fosters camaraderie within the crew's members, and it lifts their spirits during long and difficult journeys across the sea, and it provides a sense of security mentally and emotionally within the crew. Bing Sake, for example, is a song that is played relentlessly during the Roger Pirate's journey across the Grand Line, and for good reason. It's a song that everyone in the crew loves listening to because it makes them feel closer to each other. A good reason why some pirate crews crumble apart is because the members don't trust each other. The shining example of this is, of course, the Rocks Pirates, who very well could have easily taken over the world, with its crew consisting of Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido, and of course Rocks himself, but instead, they were taken down by Roger and Garp. While there are a lot of other reasons why they got taken down, the main one was because they didn't trust each other at all and were actually secretly going at each other's throats. Now, compare that to the Roger Pirates, who trust each other with their lives and happily drink and sing with each other at every given occasion. This is why the Roger Pirates were so successful during their time, because they fostered a sense of brotherhood and connection within the crew, with Bing Sake, Odin's parties, and all that stuff, which is something that Rocks never really considered. Brook constantly playing Bing Sake and just music in general is extremely important because it helps keep the crew's sense of security and brotherhood despite the many things that they may go through. It also helps just to keep them together in general. It also provides some emotional comfort when times get tough, as well as a sense of celebration in moments of triumph against a strong enemy or force. In a world littered with danger and loss, Brook's music acts as a unifying force which strengthens the bonds within the crew and reminding them of the journey and freedom that define their pirate lives, which is crucial for a crew facing constant peril and separation, ensuring their morale remains high. Another role that Brook plays is also to follow through with any plan that the Straw Hats have, if they do ever have any, no matter what happens. A great example of this is of course during the Whole Cake Island arc when Brook was tasked to make copies of Big Mom's 2 poneglyphs. However, before he was able to make the poneglyph copies and finish them, Big Mom entered the room. But Brook, of course being the absolute GigaChat MVP that he is, made sure to finish making the copies before confronting Big Mom himself. Despite, of course, losing to Big Mom and having to be rescued, this demonstrates the fact that Brook is a man who fully commits to the plan despite anything that happens, which of course makes him an extremely integral crewmate outside of the music factor. Having endured decades of isolation and despair, Brook also found a new purpose and family within the Straw Hats. His willingness to sacrifice himself for his friends, as seen during the Thriller Bark and Whole Cake Island arc as mentioned before, demonstrates a devotion born from his newfound belonging within the crew. Brook understands the value of companionship and the pain of loneliness more than anyone else, which makes him deeply appreciative of the bonds he shares with Luffy and the crew. This understanding allows him to offer unique emotional support that helps the crew navigate their personal struggles. For Luffy, who values freedom and friendship above all else, Brook represents the ultimate triumph over despair and the enduring power of dreams, reinforcing the core principles of Luffy's own philosophy and his path to becoming the Pirate King. So, in conclusion, Brook is an integral member of the Straw Hat Pirates because his music brings a sense of camaraderie within the crew, an aspect that is underrated yet still extremely important to what keeps a crew together. His music also brings a sense of emotional security and comfort, ensuring that the Straw Hats are reminded of the joy and freedom of being a pirate and lifting their spirits. Outside of music, Brook is a testament to resilience, the power of companionship, and the enduring spirit of adventure. He is a living embodiment of the friendship philosophy that defines Luffy's journey, which proves that sometimes the most indispensable members are those who bring an indomitable soul and a song to light the way. Brook's presence is a constant reminder of what it truly means to be free on the seas, making him an absolutely integral part of Luffy's quest to find the One Piece and claim his rightful title as the Pirate King. But that's just a theory, a One Piece theory. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe and like button, it'll be greatly appreciated. And comment down below what you think. What other roles does Brook play in the story and the crew? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.